location for the juice here at West Coast Authentic. Now check out this location, Harvey's Ball, right beside Andre's Car Audio. That's West Coast Authentic because guess who's coming to town? Not Santa Claus, but a guy just as controversial, just as fun. He is a good-looking guy, athlete extraordinaire, Jose Canseco.
Craziest thing you've ever signed, a fan's actually signed.
Oh my God, this is a family show? Okay, I can't even say it. The craziest, I'll say the second craziest thing. Obviously, girls actually signed is a boot. But if you're going to air this on the website, you can't. Imagine what I've signed in my life, my career. It's amazing.
So Jose Canseco, you know him. He's a guy who does a 40 and 40. That's 40 home runs and 40 stolen bases. Yeah, he's the first guy to do that. He played for the A's, the New York Yankees, and the Toronto Blue Jays. And this guy, yeah, he's a love-hate relationship. I get it. But, you know, you see him on TV shows, you see him on Apprentice, this is your chance. He's only here till 2 o'clock, and then he's going to take a jet and head on back. He was having lots of fun last night, hanging by the pool, chilling. He loves Kelowna. He loves the people, so let's show our appreciation. It's nice and air-conditioned in here. Well, here we are, West Coast Authentic, Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada. Jose Canseco, the man himself is here, and here we are, July 27th, 2013. You look great. You haven't played ball professionally for how many years?
No, I have. I've actually played like 2 months ago.
I know.
Fort Worth Cats.
There you go.
Major League affiliate. Baseball.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So who do you play for the last couple of months then?
It was Fort Worth Cats in Dallas Fort Worth. I played 4 or 5 games with them. I'm like a hired gun for independent baseball when they want to get fans out there and get crowds out there. They hire me. I play, hit a few home runs, and go home.
Talk about hired guns. You're in great shape. You're in great shape. Now, how do you keep yourself in great shape all the time? Because this is a lot of demands on you. You're doing a lot of public appearances. How do you keep yourself in such good shape, man?
You know, it's funny because I don't watch a lot of sports. I love to play sports. I play softball, baseball. I golf a lot. I work out as often as possible, and I try to eat right.
Now, I heard that you were interested in martial arts at one time.
I do have 3 different black belts in karate, Muay Thai, and Taekwondo. Yes. I had them for a very long time. I do weapons, do charges, and so forth. So I do a lot of cardio. I have fought professionally in Japan. I fought Hung Man Choi. Holy guy, that's 17, 390 pounds.
He's huge.
He's a giant. He almost killed me. So if you want to see that fight, just go on YouTube. Hung Man Choi versus Canseco, and he almost beat the life out of me.
Now, what do you weigh? And what's your stature? How tall and how much do you weigh?
Right now I'm 6'4", about 270.
Yeah.
And I fought Hung Man Choi at 6'4", 250. But he was, imagine, 7'2", 390 pounds.
Oh man.
So he made me look like a little kid, literally like a little kid fighting. He was that big. The announcers even said, "Oh my God, Canseco's 6'4", and Hung Man Choi makes him like a little kid."
Oh my God, and you're not quite, if I can say this, you're not quite 50 yet, right?
I just turned 49.
So I'm going on 51. So you just turned, happy birthday to you, by the way. So are you looking forward as we come around, you're 49, you're going into the 50s, and you're traveling around, you're doing lots of autographs, lots of tours. Are you finding it a little bit of a toll? Or are you still up to speed and ready to do things, and other than the sports stuff, but all this other stuff with the signing of autographs and TV shows?
I think it keeps you young. I think the more you travel, the more you stay active, especially physically active, mentally active. I think it keeps you young. I think once you stop moving, you start really aging a lot. So I want to keep moving. Moving around, having fun, signing autographs, appearances, speaking engagements, softball games, charity events, everything.
Well, I got to tell you something. One of the things I've noticed here at West Coast Authentic, you are drawing in people from all ages. You have people who have rookie cards from way back at the beginning. You have people, youngsters, who are just kind of getting into the collection games and understanding about what your career was. Now, you and I were talking about, I wore this Boston shirt, and I forgot that you played for Boston. So
yes.
Help us out. You played for the A's.
I played for the A's, Texas, Boston, Tampa, Yankees. What else did I play for?
Toronto Blue Jays.
Oakland, Toronto Blue Jays again. Toronto Blue Jays. Did I miss somebody? The White Sox.
The Rays.
I played for Tampa Bay Rays. So
Tampa Bay Rays. See, that's one of the guys I tell you, Sean over there. He had a
I
collector's
play
card.
for everybody.
So that's got to take a toll.
Toronto.
Toronto, Canadian. Yes, thank you for that plug. Canadian. So that's got to take a toll. Like you can't really place roots. Now I understand. Home now is in
Las Vegas, Nevada.
perfect place for you.
It's
no pun intended.
perfect for me.
Perfect for you.
But there is a problem with Vegas, though.
What's that?
They told me, do not move there if you have a drinking problem, a drug problem, a gambling problem, or I don't know if you can say there's a hooker problem.
Oh my God!
And I don't have any of those problems, thank God, so I said I'm moving there. But if you have any type of those problems, I'm not going to Las Vegas, but you won't last a week.
You call it the enabling town. That's what they usually call it.
It's like everything's pushed in your face.
Oh my God! So talking about that, by drinking and all everything else, you're pretty clean, right?
Yeah, I don't drink or do any of that stuff. I've never been a drug user. Well, I've used steroids in the past, but I mean those party drugs, cocaine. I've never used any.
Do you want to talk about that just briefly? I know we had some fun, and there's other people here. There's radio stations called The Juice, and we're having some fun with your name, The Juice. You know, how's that being perceived? It seems like people are kind of saying, okay, you wrote the book, we know about this and steroids and stuff. There seems to be a lot of momentum, positive momentum, that you came forward. What are you hearing as you go out and you're signing autographs and you're out in the public?
A lot of the public's saying, I'm glad you wrote the book, I'm glad you cleaned up the game of baseball, even though we're finding out now that it's not completely clean. We thought it was years back, but now we're finding out, things from, Miami going on now.
Yeah.
Certain players still using the PEDs, but I think the game is on its way to becoming 100% clean.
Well, that's something that's really interesting from your take, because you really bring in a wealth of experience and what you're seeing baseball going into as we go into another season and another season about that. How do you feel about all that, and how do you feel about the pressures? You know this, when you're making big salaries and there's that pressure constantly from the ownership and your agents or whatever to perform.
I think people have to understand this. Back then, when I played in the mid to late 80s and the 90s, the pressure was tremendous to perform, and PEDs were not against Major League Baseball rules. Now it is, and they instigate or institute, large fines and games that you're suspended. But back then, it was just part of the game.
Right.
And you're right. The pressure to perform for your city, for your team, for your family, and financially to set up their family is just tremendous. It really is.
And we're seeing that bleed into, we're seeing that in Tour de France with certain athletes.
We're
seeing that in the Olympics and every sport. You're saying,
right.
Well, listen. In closing, I just got to tell you that you've been at the light, but I also loved you in Apprentice. Is there any kind of things you can tell your fans about the fun you had on with Donald Trump and what you filmed? I understood there were long days for it.
Had a lot of fun, and I think at the time I could have had a lot more fun. My father had cancer at the time, and I did have to leave the show. I was not fired, people. I did have to leave the show because my father did eventually pass away.
And we're really sorry to hear that, by the way.
But it was a great time there. Long days, 15-hour days, a lot of strategizing. I got to meet a lot of interesting, very nice people. But I think under the circumstances, I had as much fun as possible.
Well, we can't say enough. You've been very generous here at West Coast Authentic. You're a wonderful guy. You're very giving to your fans, which I really like. You don't have ego when you think that some people would. You have it. You push it aside. You're very open to talk, which is very good. Is there anything else that we look forward from Jose? Going into any movies, or are you cutting any albums, or are you hanging out with Beyonce? Like what is the
Don't
next...
sing or rap at all, people. You're gonna forget that. My daughter already tried to get me to sing. As a matter of fact, I remember when I met Madonna, she called me over the phone and says, Jose, can you sing? I said, no. She says, well, sing something to me. And I sang. She actually said, don't sing to me again, you're tone deaf. You're terrible, you're tone deaf. No. Looking into some more, I'm actually in a series reality TV show. Right now, that's airing called Celebrity Exes with my ex-wife and other ex-wives. And looking to shoot, hopefully, a movie on my life soon.
Oh, wow. That would be really interesting. Well, let's have a nice round of applause once again. This is the man himself, Jose Canseco. Thank you very much. You're very generous. That's wrapping up here at West Coast Authentic, Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada, with Jose Canseco.
Don't get too close to me.